Hello, everyone. This is Sharif. Welcome to my channel. Today is the 7th of March. It's around 9:20 p.m. Sydney time. Uh, Now, we are going to go through the ASX index and its sectors. The first thing we are going to start with is the S&P ASX 200 index. And here we look at first, we start with the monthly chart. And with the monthly chart, as we see, we were expecting the index to go up maybe here somewhere at 709.2.8. Now it's 6709. However, when we look at the weekly chart here and in the daily, it will be much clearer. We see some sort of a broadening formation on the weekly chart here. So it's kind of in a range. It's clearer in the daily time frame. We look at the daily time frame here and we see that the index is actually in there is no real direction. It's just a range in this broadening formation. In order for it to be really bullish, we needed to break above this upper boundary. Bearish, it has to break below the current support here and here. However, if price goes all the way down to touch the support here or even here, we will look at indications at the daily or maybe a lower time frame to see if there is some sort of a bounce back from those levels. So far, it's just in the middle of a range. It's not really clear if the index is bearish or bullish. We look again at the ASX 200, but this time we look at the equal weight indexes. So all the constituents of the index have similar weight, more or less the same as the previous chart. We'll start with the monthly resistance here. Here it touches the resistance on monthly time frame, different from the previous one. So here we touch it and some sort of bounce from this resistance. We look at the weekly time frame. We have the same broadening formation we saw before. We look at the daily time frame, and now we see that price touches the lower boundary, or maybe if we maybe there is still bit room. We will see now, like because of the wick here, you can. It doesn't really matter. We need if it touches the lower boundary and it's going up again, we need to see some sort of reaction here. For example, let's see if on the 4-hour time frame we need to see some sort of a consolidation or congestion here in this area and then a break above this area. So far, we don't see any of this. So it is still. There is no clear trend, just bouncing from a monthly resistance, going down, and that's it. Nothing much to say. We have to wait and see. Now, with the sectors, we will start with the industrials. And last videos, if you remember, we said that there is a downward channel and we need to break above it. And then a breakout happened. However, it found resistance here and then price went back again down, hovering around the upper boundary of this downward channel. And now it looks like it's going to retest this support level here at 5501. This is the daily. If we go to the monthly, I should have started with it. The monthly, um, it's we up and then down and then in the middle of the distance between the up and down here. It's there is no really clear direction at the moment. So the monthly time frame is not giving us a real clue. We look at the weekly time frame. This is a channel we saw on the daily one. Weekly or daily, the same. We price the sector might go down to touch this support here or test this support at 5516. And when this happens, we want to see we want to see something like this, or maybe something like that here, a breakout above this level. And then before it goes, or here you see this candle formation, triple candle formation, and we need some clues when it touches this support. So far it is bearish for me, and it seems like it's heading to test this support level. So let's move on to the next sector, which is the materials one. We start with the monthly. Let's zoom. So okay, so now it is at monthly resistance. Now this is a significant resistance. Of course, this is a monthly resistance, and we look at the weekly time frame. There is a bounce first. You see this first bounce here, this first reaction from resistance went up again. You see those upper wicks, longer wicks, and then price closed below, went back down. We look at the daily to see it clearer, and on the daily time frame, as you can see, there is some bearish retracements at the moment. I'm not saying it's bearish nor it's bullish. It's just at the resistance, and even to say bearish, I want price to go a bit more down rather than this level where it is now. So for me, I'm on the sideline. I'm just wary that it is on a monthly support with this sector, and there is a chance, a big chance that price would react to this monthly resistance and to go down a bit lower. We just wait and see for this sector. We look at the next one, consumer discretionary, and we look at the monthly time frame. The monthly time frame. Now here we we had this previous high here. Price went up and then long wick closed below this level. We look at the weekly time frame and let's see what's happening on the weekly time frame. This was the monthly monthly resistance, and this one here was a minor monthly resistance, or now it is weekly support. Price went broke above all those two levels, went back. Now nothing really much to say here, because in order for it to be bullish, we need on the weekly time frame, we need to see a breakout above this level. We need to see this. When we see this, then we can say it is bullish. Again, we look at the daily. Doesn't seem like we can say it is bearish at the moment as well, because we need to break below this level here before we say it's bearish. So I would say just in a zone where we can't really tell so far what's going to happen next. We just need a breakout first. When we see the breakout, when we see a breakout above this level, then we can say that the bullishness will resume. Again, this is the weekly time frame. So those are the two support resistance level we have. So this one here is a minor monthly resistance, and this one here is the major monthly resistance. They are acting as support levels, of course. Any resistance level, this one at least here is acting as support at the moment. We look again at the weekly, acting as support, at the daily, acting as support, and we need a breakout above this resistance here before we say it is bullish again, or a break below. Break below, then definitely it is a bearish trend, at least on the daily time frame. But so far, we don't see any of this. We don't see any bullishness or bearishness. I myself would say I'm on the sideline here. Now we move to the next one, the communication sector one. The communication sector, we look at the monthly time frame. Here is our resistance. We hit the resistance, very long wick. Price reacted really strongly to this one on the monthly time frame and went all the way down. We look at the weekly and daily. On the weekly, there is some support here at this area. At the daily, oh, price. If it is bullish, price has to really touch this support here and print some more candles, three, four candles, a small congestion or consolidation, and then a break up above a consolidation or a congestion here at this area. So far, we don't see any of this. I'm on the sideline as well with this one. Nothing really clear. Can say bearish or bullish. It was bearish, for, of course. I mean, when it reacted to this level here, to this resistance here, it did bounce back from it strongly, but now it is on a support level, and the support level, I want it to really go a little bit more down, really touch the support level, and then print more candles and break above them in order to say it is bullish again. Or if it breaks below this level, then it is bearish. And if this happens, if it break below this level, we have a trend line here, something like that. So we have a trend line here. So even if it break below this, they may touch this trend line, and want to see how price will react to this level if this happens. So far, I am on the sideline, no, not bearish nor bullish, just watching and see what will happen next. Now let's look at the The infotech uh, on the monthly time frame. It is very bullish on the monthly time frame, of course, if you see all of this bullish trend. However, now we want to see what's happening in this area here. We have this triple candlestick formation, and it is a bearish sign so far. But we want to look at the weekly and daily because two, three candles is not enough to tell the direction. Just they give some sort of a cue for what's happening. If price is like retracing a little bit, we look at the weekly, very strong bearish candle. Last time I remember we did draw this upward channel, and now it has broken this upward channel, which is a bearish sign. However, we have some minor support levels, small stations, price has to stop at. And the here we have, let's look at the daily to see how it's reacting to this level. It touched it, went up a little bit up. Well, no, we still need, I mean, if it goes below it, then it is a continuous bearishness. If it reacts to this level again with three, four candles, breaks above them on the daily time frame, then we can say that it respected this support level here and price might go up again. So far, it is bearish for me because of the break of this upward channel, and price went to retest the upward channel and then went back down. There is definitely some sort of support here at this level. We will see how price reacted it. However, I'm still bearish with it so far. I mean, I still need to see some strong reaction to this level and a bounce back up and the higher high and the higher low to say that price will be bullish. But so far, it is definitely not bullish at all. It is very bearish, and we will see this week what will happen at this level. Will it break it below it or respect it, or maybe stalls at it a little bit? We will see. Anyway, it is bearish, the infotech. We look at the financial sector. Financial sector is bullish, very, very bullish. We look at the monthly time frame. It is clearly very bullish to me, and the next target expected to be expected to reach 6489.5. This is where we expect the price to go. I mean, it's clearly very bullish momentum with the financial sector. And if we look at the weekly time frame, again, confirms the bullishness, especially with this candle here engulfed all the previous those three little candles, three small range candles. This big candle here engulfed all of them last week. So let's look at the daily. The daily same as the weekly, it is bullish. So there is nothing much to say here. Very clear bullish trend for the financial sectors. Even if it retests it, even if it goes a little bit back down, its normal price has to. There are small waves within intermediate waves within the very big waves. So it's fine. It's bullish, and even if it does some sort of retesting or retraces a little bit down, it's fine. So anyway, the financial sector is definitely bullish one. We look at the energy sector. The energy sector on the monthly time frame, very long wick here, rejecting this resistance level. And what do we have here? Let's zoom a little bit to see the bigger picture. Well, it is definitely a bearish trend, like on the monthly time frame. The overall big monthly picture is bearish. Even here, clear break of the trend line. However, what are we are witnessing here at the moment is a chance for a bullish momentum. There is a chance because all this strong bearishness. Now we have those double bottom here at the support or at this trend line, and then price this very strong bullish candle, and now there is an attempt to break above resistance. So it looks like we have some strong bullish momentum in the monthly time frame, although of the very big bearish picture overall. However, let's go to the weekly and daily to examine and to see those bullish candles and this bullish momentum, how strong it is. Let's look at the weekly time frame. The weekly time frame, if we take this, we don't need it really. So price broke above this resistance, retested it, went all the way up to touch this resistance back against, had some support here, and it is and retested and might be going up. We look at the daily time frame, and we see here the index has a tendency of sorry, the sector has a tendency of ranging, like it's a big daily range, and here was daily range. Someone might say spot a kind of head and shoulder here, but it is not confirmed, of course. Head and shoulder, of course, like it's a bearish sign, but we have to break below the neckline, and the neckline is here. So this is the neckline, and this is the left shoulder and right shoulder, and this is the head. We cannot say this is a head shoulder yet. It is an incomplete head and shoulder, if you want, and we need to break below this level in order to confirm that it is a head and shoulder. So far, we cannot say it is bearish or a head and shoulder. So far, we have this range here. So we have a range here on the daily time frame. It's very clear, the range. And we have a range here, as we had here this range. Now we have similar range here. And in order for it to be bullish, in order for us to confirm that on the monthly time frame, recently in the last few months, there has been some, like you can argue that this long candle was like some sort of testing the water. Like price went to go all the way up, but got rejected and back down, and now price is trying to go to this previous level. So it was like testing the water. There was an interest from buyers in the constituents or the shares of this sector to really drive it up. And maybe now there is an attempt to go again to this level at 9143. So this was the monthly outlook, and in the daily, we see that there is a range here, and we need to break above this range in order to confirm that it is bullish. For me, I don't have a bias, although of this monthly bullishness. I still on the daily, I can see that there is a range I need to break above it, and the fact that we may have a head and shoulder forming. It is not confirmed at all, not yet. Definitely, this is the right shoulder. We need to break below the neckline. The neckline is here in this area here. We need to break below this neckline in order to say it's bearish. It's quite far from this. It will take really long time if this would happen. I'm not saying it will happen. If this would happen, it will take really long time. Anyway, at the moment, for what concerns us is we need to break above this daily range on this right shoulder here. If we break above it, then it is bullish, and this will match the monthly outlook we have here in this area. So I am on I have no bias for the energy sector at the moment, at least. We look at the consumer staples, and we look at the monthly time frame. What do we have here? Maybe some sort of triangle forming or so. It is not really clear on the monthly time frame. We go to the weekly and daily. Look at the weekly here. Okay, so we have. Take this. I don't need this one. So let's see now. Even if we draw it from here, the trend line, the lower boundary, we see some sort of bearishness here, price breaking below this lower boundary here and breaking below this support on the weekly time frame. So this is a bearish sign. We look maybe here the next minor support on the weekly time frame. On the daily, we see bearishness for sure. I will just delete this line here. And I want to concentrate on this area here. So you see price was hovering around this SR level and now broken this daily SR level here now, and it is quite bearish for me. It is definitely bearish with the consumer staples, and even on the weekly time frame, as we said, we may go and touch this area here, test it at 11,893, and the daily time frame does confirm this. It is a bearish. isn't the consumer staples is bearish for sure. Now we look at the next one, which is the